guys, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. This weekend, you guys, actually, it was last night. I think it was yesterday evening that I hopped over on Instagram and I was surprised because Ryan Edwards from Teen Mom, he himself had posted a video of his proposal to his pregnant girlfriend, Amanda Connor. And I quickly went over to her page. She hasn't shared it yet. I actually just checked a second ago to see if she had shared it yet. She has not shared the video, but Ryan Edwards did share the video of him proposing to his girlfriend, Amanda Connor. So let's get into you guys because we're going to watch the video. We're going to watch this little proposal video, but Ryan is proposing to Amanda. She is due to have their baby in like a month, but he is still married to his ex, Mackenzie. So all of this is kind of confusing, to be quite honest, because I thought they were already engaged. That's why it's kind of shocking because I'm like, wait, I thought we already missed the proposal. I thought it already happened. I thought you guys were already engaged because for months, Mackenzie and Ryan have both been wearing rings on that finger. They have been referring to each other as their fiance. So I already thought that they were engaged. So, and maybe it was like maybe this was done for just TV. Maybe this was just done for the show because, they're together and they're referring to each other. Maybe he's done it. Like maybe he asked her before and he had to recreate it for the show. I'm very curious to know because she has been wearing a ring for months. She has been wearing a ring since probably August, I would say. So when I saw this video and I realized, wait, this is new. This is like this weekend, it seems. I was like, okay, wow. I thought they were already engaged. They've been wearing wedding rings. They've been referring to each other as fiance. In text messages between Ryan Edwards and Mackenzie, he was like, what are you going to do when we get married? When trying to plead his case for why Amanda should be able to be around his kids. He's like, what are you going to do whenever we get married? And Mackenzie's like, we're still married. So first you gotta, so maybe they have gotten engaged and cameras were not there to capture it. So they was like, you know what? You got to recreate it. I am curious to hear if that's like what's happening here. Either way, MTV cameras were there. Ryan had someone recording. Let's watch this video of the actual, that's not it, of the proposal.
Hand and hold on tight.
This is my, I made this little video. This is his video. I just made one and put it on my Facebook. And he had some little music to go along with it, which is kind of cool.
Don't your name look good with mine? I'm gonna love you my whole life.
I hope I don't get copyrighted, but I feel like I probably will, even though I took the music out. That's just the words to the song. That's not even music. But as you guys can see, Bentley is right there. So cameraman right there. Bentley is over there sitting in a chair, cheesing big time. I was like, okay. So cameras were there. We'll see it on an upcoming season of Teen Mom. Also, Bentley was there, which congratulations, because Bentley was not even invited to Ryan's wedding to Mackenzie. You guys remember that? When Ryan and Mackenzie got married in front of the water and the infamous car scene where he drove under the influence to them getting married. I actually think I have a clip of it. Yeah, I have a clip of it. Let's watch that really quickly. And then we'll go on. That's not it. All right. Watch here. Because Larry is like, what about Bentley?
How you gonna tell Bentley?
We're not.
I don't think we're going to, Dad. If he does find out, we're gonna sit him down.
They said, first off, Bentley was not there. And he said, how are you going to tell Bentley? And they said, we're not. And he said, if he finds out, we'll sit him down. Now, I guess it's not that big of a deal because they did have an actual second wedding. They did. They had the whole shebang. They really did. And Bentley was at that one. But I would just say it would be awkward for me, like, if I'm at my dad's, like, big fancy wedding and I hear people talking about, like, yeah, they've actually been married. This isn't their first wedding. They had another wedding months ago. I'd be like, "What?" As their child, I'd be like, "What? They're already married? There's already a wedding that I knew nothing about?" Like, I remember watching this thinking, Bentley will look back on this himself as he's older. This is on TV. He'll look back at this moment and say, "Wow, like, my dad legit got married and said he wasn't gonna tell me." Despite the fact they had another wedding, I'm just thinking, how would that make Bentley feel? Obviously, Ryan was not this was not a good time for him in this moment. He was clearly not sober, so he wasn't making the best decisions. So I am glad to see that in this proposal, he included Bentley. Bentley was there. So that's nice to see that Bentley was a part of that. We'll look at a few pictures. Here's some photos. Her face is really blurred out on this one. I don't know why. But I wonder if when he proposed, if he gifted her the ring that she's been wearing for months. Because, because cameras were there, you have to question what this really is. Was this a real engagement? Did she know about it? Was this planned? Was this a new ring? What ring has she been wearing? So I am, and I'm not taking away from, like, congratulations to them. They seem to be doing good. That's great. But it does make me question if this was for the cameras, if she knew about this and what this really was. But yeah, he popped the question to Amanda over the weekend during a family vacation. In the video of the proposal, which was posted by Ryan on his social media, we see Ryan getting down on one knee in front of Amanda, who is due to give birth to the couple's baby girl next month, as cameras stand by filming the moment, suggesting that it will be featured on an upcoming season of Teen Mom: The Next Chapter, which premieres later this month. Teen Mom starts like on the 20th, maybe? I think it's the 20th. Also present for the on-camera proposal was Ryan's 16-year-old son, Bentley, whom he shares with ex Macy Bookout, and Amanda's 11-year-old son, Brandon. So Brandon was actually also in the picture. Let me see. Well, Doodlebug, you can't see. I guess. Okay. I guess the other person in. Yeah, okay, that's Brandon over in the corner. To the far, that's Brandon. Okay, that's Amanda's son. Y'all still with me? All right. Is it the 30th? January 30th? Sorry, Bentley. It looks okay. Starts January 30th. Thank you, Marsha. Now, Amanda recently was awarded full custody of her son, Brandon. She had lost custody of him when he was younger. I think he was like a year old, maybe, when she lost custody of him because Amanda has struggled with her own battles with addiction and things like that. Now, though Ryan and Amanda, have made their engagement official and they seem to be happy and everybody is rooting for them, Ryan is currently still married to Mackenzie. He has 2 children with Mackenzie, 6-year-old Jagger, 5-year-old Stella. Ryan and Mackenzie split in February 2023, and the whole thing was so messy. It was a very horrible time for Ryan with his addiction, but also Mackenzie and her kids because they were completely traumatized through that. And I know people's like, Mackenzie, married him when he was in addiction, so she deserves everything that she gets. I don't believe that. I don't believe someone young, young and believing in love and believing the person that they love. I don't believe that they deserve so much, like horrible things to happen to them just because maybe they were a little naive and maybe they were a little like they believe the person that they love to believe that person was a good person for them. 2023, a lot of abuse going on, physical, verbal. It was a very difficult time with him through his addiction and then her with the deterioration of their marriage and what she went through trying to deal with him. And their divorce and this custody battle has continued to be messy. Despite the fact that Ryan seems to be getting better, their divorce and this custody battle continues to still be messy. Ryan and Mackenzie are set to head to trial. We don't know exactly when yet, I don't think, but this is due to them failing to come to an agreement at their mediation last month. So they had a mediation session in December where they were reportedly able to agree on everything regarding the divorce, the custody, everything except how Amanda will be worked into Jagger and Stella's lives. Ryan wanted Amanda to be worked in right now. The kids come over, Amanda's there. Them come to mine in Amanda's house, and it just be the kids like thrown into the mix. And Mackenzie was like, no, it needs to be like a slower process of them spending a couple of hours each visit, like when they're with you at your parents' house, her being there for a few hours so they get comfortable with her. And then, then them going to y'all's house or whatever. But currently, right now, Amanda is not allowed to be around Ryan and Mackenzie's kids at all. Jagger and Stella do stay the night at Ryan's parents' house when Ryan is there. He's also allowed to stay the night. He is allowed overnight visits at his parents' house. But what happens is the kids go there, and after they go to bed, Ryan goes back home to Amanda's house, or to his and Amanda's house. So Ryan wanted to where he didn't have to go to his parents' house to see the kids. He wanted the kids to be able to come to his house on the weekends with him and Amanda. And Mackenzie was like, that's just too much too quick with Amanda being pregnant, Amanda getting custody back of her son, and then throw in a 4 and a 6-year-old coming to stay the weekend. Like, I just think that'll be too much. Let's have her come to Jen and Larry's house and introduce her there. A couple of hours each visit. Ryan did not like that, so it threw a wrench in everything. Because if he could have agreed to that, well, they would be starting that process, and the kids would be getting to know Amanda, and they would be moving forward with their custody and their divorce. But because he refused that, now everything is on hold until they go to trial, which means more than likely by the time Amanda gives birth, Ryan will still be married to Mackenzie. So if he would have just agreed to that, things would have progressed quickly, a lot quicker than they are going to now. But yeah, Amanda is allowed to be around Bentley. They both, are recovering addicts with a long history of arrests and run-ins with the police. Last month, Amanda took to TikTok to address the fact that she isn't allowed to be around Ryan and Mackenzie's 2 kids. She showed a clean drug test, and she says that Mackenzie accuses them of doing drugs, but really that's not really what the case is. Back when Mackenzie first initially filed for divorce, yes, she said that Ryan was on drugs, but he was at the time. So yeah, I hate to muddy down this proposal and this good moment for them two with all of this other stuff, but that is just a part of the story. They met in rehab. Neither one had been sober for very long when they met, but they seem like they get along great. They seem like they are each other's person. I do see a lot of people that's like, just wait for the baby to come. Ryan's going to do what he always does. Ryan can do good in a relationship when there's no responsibility, but just wait till that baby comes and Amanda is at home tending to the baby and he's not getting to do what he wants to do. I see a lot of people saying that. And I see a lot of people saying, they are each other's person and they will do good together. And this is what he needed. Time will only tell, but either way, congratulations for the two of them. I am curious if this was a setup, if they were already engaged and this was done just for the cameras, just for the cameras, just for them to have that for the show. Does Bentley see Mackenzie's kids? Yes. Bentley does see Jagger and Stella because Jagger and Stella go to Jen and Larry's every other weekend. Yes. When you're in rehab, they do not want you to get into a relationship for a year. They want you to be clean for a year and focus on your sobriety for a year before you get into a relationship. He has done this so many times. He looks like he is back on drugs, blah, blah, blah. But in a way, that may not be fair because a woman has full control, but a man don't have a say. Like Matt can have men. You see, because I've seen that a lot. Like, well, Mackenzie had her kids around her new boyfriend. And this is what I say to that because I like Macy and Chelsea's story resonates with me so much because it's so similar to my story. And this is what I say to that. Mackenzie did not struggle with drug addiction. Mackenzie, yes, she was a teen mom. She got married young. When she met Ryan, she was younger. I think she was like 19. But she's never struggled with addiction. So I'm like, of course, a mother who is sober is going to trust her judgment more than her ex, who's an addict, who's a, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when you look at the whole picture, you got Mackenzie who has a job, she works in the medical field, she's, you know, decently successful. She went to school, like, and the guy that she started dating after Ryan was a family friend that her kids already knew. They already knew him. So she wasn't introducing them to anybody they did not know. That it was just a different, like, this is now mommy's friend, like boyfriend, whatever. But they already knew him and the family. So she is like, I think it's different when you are a mom and you're like, I think all mom, even if your husband, even if you're still married to your husband, I mean, how many women trust your judgment with your kids more than you trust your husband's judgment with your kids? Like the first time your husband had to take the kids to daycare, you're like, don't forget this, don't forget that. Make sure you do this because you're like, as a mom, like we know more, we know better. You know, we think that, like we think, well, I'm the one used to doing it, so I know what they need, and so I think it would make sense. Like everybody's like, oh, but Mackenzie can, Mackenzie can um, introduce her kids to her new boyfriend. Well, for one, they already knew the guy. He was a family friend and he had known Mackenzie for like 10 years. So, but say she started dating somebody completely new. Well, she knows Ryan is over here, recovering from addiction. And then she finds out that the girl that he's dating is also in rehab, struggling from addiction, and has a rap sheet this thick. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm gonna trust my judgment on who I introduce my kids to, and I will maybe introduce my kids to someone, my new boyfriend, before I'm okay with their dad introducing them to the new girlfriend that, you know, has because I'm like, fresh out of rehab, are they really gonna stay together? She's got troubles of her own. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. And the person I'm introducing them to got a job, decent person, has no criminal background, has never been in trouble. So at least I'm introducing them to a person that even if we don't continue to date, is not a person that may end up in jail next week. It's not a person that may relapse and be in the newspaper for stealing from Walmart or OD. You know what I'm saying? So like, I get where how people is saying that, but I'm also like, well, of course she trusts her judgment more than she trusts his judgment. As moms, like I trust my judgment more than like sometimes my husband's. Like sometimes I catch myself being like, no, don't do that, and I'm like, oh, he's a parent too, like back up. Um, so yeah. And here's the thing. Uh Ryan doesn't have a license. His license had been suspended. He has driven, like after he was arrested, after he got out of rehab, after he got out of the halfway house, he got a speeding ticket for going like 160 miles per hour and like a 60 miles per hour speed zone or a 75 miles per hour speed zone. So these are the things that like he got kicked out of a bar. This was after rehab, after the halfway house. He got kicked out of a bar. What was he doing in a bar fresh out of rehab? He got that speeding ticket going way too fast. He doesn't even have a license. So, as the mom who is living a normal life, not getting these outrageous speeding tickets, not, that has a license, of course, like she's going to trust her judgment more than he has. Either way, I hope Ryan continues to do good. I hope Ryan continues to do great. On a motorcycle, no less. Exactly, Melissa, exactly. So, sending them prayers and positivity that because a lot of people think that Ryan will slip and things will not go as well as, some people think they're going to go. And I don't hope that because if Ryan was to relapse, that's going to affect his kids and the people that love him. Like, absolutely, I hope they both stay on the right track. She has custody of her son. They're about to have a child. So hopefully things go great for them. Hopefully they stay sober. I'm sure, considering the baby shower was filmed, the proposal was filmed, I bet you we're going to see a birth filmed, and I bet you we're going to see a wedding filmed. So, yeah, Bentley was there. I'm glad they included Bentley. You guys, some of your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think about Ryan proposing? There's a part of me that was like, should you have waited till you got a divorce? Just like, I don't know. Like, maybe you don't have to respect, your ex-wife because y'all don't like each other. But maybe even out of respect for like the kids, just to be like, I at least waited, but he already got a girlfriend pregnant. He already got a girlfriend. She's already pregnant. So I guess once you've already done those things, waiting to propose, who cares? Because a part of me is like, waiting would maybe show the kids a little respect that, yes, me and your mom, we separated, but I did not date until we got a divorce. I did not get anybody pregnant until we got a divorce. Like, that might just show them a little bit of respect. It might show them how to behave. Does he support his children? Okay, I'm glad you asked. So Bentley, Ryan has paid child support for Bentley, like $243 a month, I think it is. Despite when he was on the show, how much money he was making, it's always been like $243. I think he does have insurance on Bentley, but not Jagger and Stella. He does not pay child support in Jagger and Stella because it has not been set up yet. Someone commented on my page and was like, Ryan and Jenna Larry take care of her and pay for all his, all the kids' stuff. And that is not the case. Jen and Larry get Jagger and Stella every other weekend. And yes, they pay for things when they have the kids. But Mackenzie is raising those kids like primarily on her own financially. And she don't make a ton of money. Like, she struggles. That's why in the text messages that was leaked a while back, she's like, can you help with groceries? Can you help? Will you do this? Because she is she's a regular person with a regular job, I don't think so. I don't think that's an unpopular opinion, Brittany, but I have had my issues and like things that I dislike. But in this situation with everything that's happened in 2023, I've gotten to where I do, and I feel bad for the situation that she's been in. And I feel bad that everybody paints her as this like horrible person because she was young and naive and in love, Everybody's like, she's a clout chaser. She was money hungry. And I'm like, if we're going to look at her and say she was money hungry, then Amanda literally started a TikTok account posting her and Ryan the second they got together. Well, not the second, but and I nothing against Amanda either. But if we're gonna look at everything to be like, oh, Mackenzie was a clout chaser, I'm like, and the same people that say that are the same people that love Amanda. And I'm like, Amanda jumped on the show with a quickness, got engaged, got pregnant, got a house with a quickness. So like, are we really gonna judge? Like, maybe they were just both in love. Maybe neither one of them were clout chasing, but maybe they were both just in love with this guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not a bad looking dude. So now if I knew about him, if I got to the point of where Amanda was and I met him and I'm like, I like this dude, I would look up about him. I'd be like, never mind. Never mind. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, you guys, congratulations to the couple. I have to get off now. I have to go get my son from work. But you guys leave your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think it was a setup for the show? Or do you guys think this was a legit proposal? Leave me your thoughts. Like this video on your way out. Do me a huge favor by hitting the thumbs up button. Easy, cheap, free way to support this channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.